Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Sport Federation TV. We of course talk on a weekly basis on what's happening with sport in the province. It's nice to have you along. Of course, for those of you that are joining for the first time, every Friday night between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and of course the repeat tomorrow morning on Saturdays, we talk about sport in the province and of course across the districts. And of course these 6 districts, as you know, Central Karoo, Overberg, the West Coast, Cape Winelands, Cape Town, and of course the Eden districts. These are the 6 districts and a number of sport federations who in fact make sport work in the province. Folks, tonight we are going to cross to Sarah Arnott. She is the chairperson of the Stellenbosch Riding Club, which forms part of Western Cape Equestrian Sports Structures, and we're also going to show you some of our previous inserts that we brought over the last few weeks. But joining me on the line now is the event organizer for Western Cape Cycling that is holding an event in Laingsburg. It is in fact the youth time road and time trials, if I've got that right. Corne Botha. Corne, nice to have you on the line. Corne, how are you things on your side?
Hi JP, yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. Things are great on our side, and of course we are looking forward for a great weekend of racing here in Laingsburg, bringing lots of Western Cape cycling to this little of Laingsburg here in the Central Karoo.
So you guys are there at the moment. It's all started. In fact, of course, it's game day for you today. When we spoke on the phone earlier on, you said it's you're hours away from the event getting quite crazy. How busy is it in Laingsburg now?
Yeah, JP, it's becoming quite busy here in Laingsburg at the moment with lots of cycling parents and cycling riders coming into town. We are at the registration. Our race village, of course, is at the Grand Hotel here in Laingsburg, and we are all set up. The registration will open later this afternoon at 1 o'clock, but already you can see the buzz here in the town. Vehicles driving around with trailers and bike racks on them with bicycles on them, people checking into hotels and establishments like crazy. You can't believe it. The whole town of Laingsburg is just covered with cyclists at the moment. And we will start with the registration this afternoon from 1 o'clock till 6 o'clock. And then tomorrow morning we'll start the whole weekend of cycling. 7 o'clock sharp we will start with the Karoo Battle of the Bikes, which is the intro event for the Western Cape Road and Time Trial Inter-Districts Championships that are here in Laingsburg. Later the afternoon, tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, we will start with the time trials. And then, of course, the main races are on Sunday. All the road races will take place on Sunday morning, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Corne, you've just explained to me basically 3 full days of sports activity. How much planning and preparation goes into organizing an event like this?
Yeah, there goes a lot of planning and a lot of preparation in an event like this. You can't believe it, JP. It's a lot of work. And of course, being an event with a caliber in Cape Inter-Districts, you don't make any mistakes. So yeah, it's literally months and months of plowing into it. Coming closer into the time is you are overloaded with meetings with the municipality, the MM, the traffic departments, making sure that the roads are safe, making sure that we do road inspections, that the roads that were a little bit potholed, that everything is fixed. So there goes a lot of planning and a lot of work into an event like this, unbelievably a lot.
Corne, of course, this is, if I understand it correctly, this is a youth road and time trial. So this is specifically for the younger groups. What's the process for the youth to get involved in this? How do you get to the point where you are at these trials? Did you have to qualify beforehand?
Yeah, so your district will select a team of riders because this is an inter-districts championship. So the district will select on their behalf a team of riders that will present the district at the Western Cape Inter-District Championships. The rules and the criteria for that is totally on the side of the district. They need to put their own criteria into place. Then they choose their selected team of riders, bring them to the champs, and then here they race against one another. So of course we've got different categories, all the different youth categories, and we will give every winner of the youth category a specially designed trophy that he or she can take home. Of course, a nice floating trophy for the winning district as well. And then, of course, we help with a little bit of prize money for the district that wins, so that they can at least cover some of the cost that they had to bring all their riders here. And of course, from Western Cape Cycling side as well, they support the riders as well, coming and bringing them here, which is a great help for the riders to be able to come to an event like this and to come and race here. The main goal of this is, at the end of the day, of course, to make this a yearly race, so that we can determine each year which is the best district in the Western Cape cycling fraternity, and then also to give a platform where Western Cape cycling can actually put selectors out to come and select a team, a Western Cape team, that will represent Western Cape cycling later on in the year in the National Youth Championships. The other nice thing about the inter-district championships that we host here is, of course, that if a rider podiums here, first, second, or third place, he will automatically qualify for his Western Cape colours.
Fantastic. That's exactly what we want to see, is everybody wearing this logo, which is the provincial logo. That's great. Looking forward to seeing our kids come through the ranks and going to represent the Western Cape at these national events. Corne, let's talk a little bit, while we've still got you on the line, let's talk a little bit about the event itself. When you're talking about road and time trial, are these two different events? When we look on TV and we see the Tour de France, we see the time trial, it's a specific start and a specific finish, and the athletes are going one at a time. How does the time trial work?
Yeah, so the time trial is actually nicknamed the race of truth, because it's just you and you alone, the pain in your legs, the pain in your lungs, and you going against the clock. So riders will start one at a time, individual. It's an ITT, an individual time trial. So riders will start individually, and they will race against the clock. They will start at the time cap of 1 minute apart. So for instance, Corne will start at 1300 hours and JP will start at 1301, and 1 minute apart, all the riders will go off. Individual times will be taken for them, and eventually the rider with the best time is the winner in his or her category. So it's really the race of truth. There's no bundles there or peloton where you can hide away or rest a little bit. If you want to win, it's a specialized event. You must just grind it all the way.
Corne, of course, a last question. You've got a number of athletes there. It's a 3-day event, or at least 3 days of cycling. We, of course, assume all the COVID health and safety protocols in place, and anybody watching the show now can rest assured that that the event is happening in a safe manner.
Yes, of course. We've got the COVID compliance officer on site, and we are in adherence to all COVID-19 protocols. It's very important for us as well, and it's very important for cycling, because if there's even only one event that is not in adherence, we might lose the privilege that the minister gave us to go on with cycling, and we don't want that. We want our cycling events to go on. The riders have already received a protocol COVID-19 compliance form that they need to fill out for us. They will bring the form to our COVID-19 compliance point where they can enter one at a time, and we will check their temperatures, screen them, and as soon as our COVID-19 compliance officer finds them in adherence, they will get a special armband, which then indicates that they are in compliance, and then they can go into our bubble, which is our registration. And then also on race day, they need that armband to go into our bubble, which is of course our starting finishing area in the start-finish zone.
Corne Botha, thanks for chatting us. It's been great having you on the show with us. Laingsburg is obviously very happy because Laingsburg is getting a whole lot of sports athletes, and we're looking forward to seeing who the young champions are that are going to be so successful this weekend.
Thank you, JP, and once again, thank you for the opportunity, and we can't wait to see the guys race this weekend.
There we go, folks. Corne Botha, of course, the event organizer for the Western Cape Inter-District Youth Road Time Trials. As you said, the race of truth. Over this weekend, the athletes certainly will be working very hard to see who comes out of the top of the pile. It'll be very interesting to see who the top districts are, and of course their bigger aspirations of going to the national. So great seeing our sport codes so actively in action. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we're going to be catching up with Sarah Arnott. She is the chairperson of the Stellenbosch Riding Club, which is part of the Western Cape Equestrian structure.